The utilization of forensic psychologists and psychiatrists will be discussed. The opinion of a psychologist or psychiatrist may be necessary during an investigation or during the trial. The testimony may pertain to if the perpetrator is fit psychologically to plea or stand trial. The psychologist or psychiatrist would provide testimony in relation to if the person can attend the hearing or be sentenced. The determination of fitness is manifested through assessments, which will be discussed later. There are differences between a forensic psychologist and a forensic psychiatrist. A forensic psychiatrist has training in medicine, and their expertise pertains to medicine in law settings, while a forensic psychologist has training in the application of psychology in law settings. While education backgrounds and approaches to law are different, they can both provide expert witness testimonies in court. However, psychologists often have more education in developing, utilizing, applying, and analyzing psychological tests. These tests that may be administered include the Wechsler Adult Memory Scale, the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, and the Wechsler Intelligence Scale for children. The Wechsler Adult Memory Scale uses tests to determine the memory retention of adults. The Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale uses tests to determine the intelligence of adults, and the Wechsler Intelligence Scale for children uses tests to determine the intelligence of children ages 6 to 16. These scales are used to determine the cognitive abilities of someone to therefore determine if they are fit to stand at the trial or provide evidence. Also, other testing can help determine if the defendant is falsely portraying a mental illness in order to avoid going to prison or standing trial. These tests offer a scientific approach to investigate the relationship between behavior and the brain, which is considered as forensic neuropsychology. Forensic neuropsychology studies the relationship between behavior and the brain and applies these findings in law settings. The testimony provided by the forensic psychiatrist or psychologist manifests as evidence that could be used in court as consideration to address questions that occur during the trial. Most often, this evidence helps to determine issues such as legal insanity, capital cases, criminal responsibility. Those were just examples of what the evidence can help with. In these cases, the psychologist will prepare a report detailing results of the assessments. Also, the evidence other witnesses provide may be analyzed in relation to the expertise of the psychologist. For example, a psychologist will provide testimony pertaining to the memory of the eyewitnesses. The education of psychiatrists and psychologists differ, but they can provide crucial testimony in court. The testimony is established through the use of assessments to determine the memory capacity as well as cognitive and intelligence. The assessments then determine if the defendant is able to stand trial, be held criminally responsible, or if the eyewitness is fit to provide testimony.